Welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel from Woodworking with Dash. I just want to tell you guys how much I appreciate your viewing and how much I love you all by making you a heart box. Look at that, guys. It's a heart box with veneer backs, veneered sides, and an internal heart-shaped jewelry box. It took a lot of making, guys. It took a lot of making, this box. So come on a journey, and we'll make you a fantastic love box right now, guys. Look at that, guys. Very nice. They come up great. Another very unusual box, isn't it, guys? Wish I could see it. I'm going to start by using this stuff. It's called bendy ply. Look at this, guys. 6mm bendy ply. It will just roll up like a ball. Look at that. And then it will just spring back any way you want. It'll bend any way you want. We use it a lot in the shop fitting industry. They're going to start by making the heart shape on a piece of occam. And then we'll take it from there. I'll laser the heart shape into the occam. As you know, I just make these boxes on the go. I don't design anything. I don't think about anything. I just start. And that's the beauty of doing what you love. You know why I just start, guys? Because I've got no bloody idea what I'm doing. But that's the fun of it. I've cut out some heart shapes on the laser. Look at that. I've cut out 2 heart shapes of that out of the 1/2-inch occam. The laser's very powerful. It's a 100-watt laser and it can cut 1/2-inch timber in 2 passes. That's pretty impressive, guys, pretty impressive. So now I've got the 2 halves cut, I can make a frame. So I'll make stanchions now and make it into a frame, and then we can cover it with the bendy ply. Just marking it out now for the internal that I have to cut out, and cutting them out with a jigsaw. There you go, all done. And sanding them up on the spindle moulder, ready to take the bendy ply. And cutting the stanchions now out of occam. And putting them through the thickness down to about 1/2 inch. And docking them on the cross-cut sled, but they're very small, only about 40mm I think. So I'll hold them with a pencil and dock them. And I've already pinned them onto the bottom of the box now. Now we're just going to put the top on. So we'll position it right. And then nail it on with the nail gun. All done. I ran out cute, guys. I made myself sick sometimes. Another glorious day in the shed, guys. Okay, I got the heart box all framed up now. Look at that. And now I'm going to cover it with bendy ply, inside and out. And then we're going to veneer it. I'm going to veneer it with these 2 sheets. Now I don't really know what they are. I think they're Burl red gum, I think. I'll cut them short grain so they bend around the corners easy, and we'll veneer it with these. And it should be fun, guys. First job is to cover the heart in bendy ply. We'll do that first. Okay, just cutting the bendy ply now. You'll notice it's very floppy. Look at that. And just gluing up the box now. Starting at the internal point there and pinning it on with the staple gun so the staples don't pull through. But they get veneered anyway. And now doing the inside, which I just glue on and cramp. A lot of work goes on these boxes like this. We'll take it out of the cramps now and we'll see what we've got. I don't think I'm ever going to work that fast again, guys. The magic of the camera. We'll put it through the sander now to clean up the top edge. and also the bottom edge. Okay, just putting it through the sander now, just to make it flat. And now gluing the internal veneers. I think they're Afromotor, I think. And just sticking them on there, cutting the last bit now and fitting it all. And now rubbing in the Bell red gun, starting at the internal point again. And then doing the back, positioning the first bit of veneer, and now the second bit of veneer. We're getting there now, aren't we? I've got a two-tone veneer on the back of the box, and I've laminated all the sides, veneered all the sides, and the internals. Bloody hard work, guys. Veneering takes a long time to do. But it'll be worth it in the end. Just to polish up really, really nice. Look at that, guys. It came up great, didn't it? Look at that. Okay, our next trick is to have to cut a bit of solid timber around the top now to overhang all the way around, so the box lid can rest in there. It's just going to be a lift-out lid, but we'll work on the top of the box now. We're getting there now. Look at that, guys. It came up great, didn't it? All right, we'll work on the top. Just cutting the pine. I've done the top surrounding pine, clear pine. There you go. And putting it through the thicknesser down to about 7/16, I think. And cutting it out on a small bandsaw roughly. Just cutting most of the waste off. And then gluing it all. And then cramp it on there. There goes the first half. And gluing the second half now, gluing the join. Putting it on and cramping it. You never have too many cramps, guys, can you? And just rattling it now. I like working on top of my box because I'm standing up straight. Otherwise my poor back suffers. And just rounding it over with the round over cutter. I put masking tape around it so it doesn't hurt the veneer. Another day, guys. This box has taken forever. This is now 4 days. And this is the farthest of what I got. But it's come out good. I made one mistake there. I blew it out, so I had to put a patch in, not my best patch. But it'll be covered by the lid, so that's fine. But other than that, it's coming up quite nice. Okay, the next step is, I've glued up the top and I put a Badoo strip down the front. That's going to line up perfectly with the heart, the inside of the heart. I've also made the pattern for the plug to hold it together on the inside. So I'll cut the plug now and then we'll work out from the plug. So, and then we'll cut the top. So I'll machine the top up first. That's all going to be machined down to the size of the Badoo strip. And we'll take it from there. But it's taken a long time, guys, a long time. But very enjoyable. I haven't done any work like this for a long time. So it's coming up quite well, the heart box. Look at that, guys. Just putting the top now through the thicknesser and cutting it out roughly with the jigsaw. Then I sanded it all up. And now I'm routing it, putting a half round on there. Do that in about 3 or 4 passes. Look, we're getting there now. I got the top all finished. Got the plug in the back, and I got the dividers inside. I just sit in there like that. What a great looking box, guys. Very unusual, but you know me, I like making it unusual. So all we've got to do now is to sand it up and polish. Now look at that Badoo pop, as I say. Doing the dance of the spray gun. There. And now the box, the back of the box. Look at the red gun bill. And the dance again. Hey guys, look, we're all finished. The hard box. Come out great, didn't it? Look at the interior. For all your rings and earrings. It's a superb looking box. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to make this drop-in lid box. The carcass is made of red oak. The top is made of Paduke strips with US maple and a nice wenge handle in the front. The interior is a blue interior with a redwood trays. I'm going to show you exactly how to make this box. It's going to be fun. Okay, just cutting the occam there on the saw. There it all goes. Ribbon edge, and now we'll cut it to size. Careful Dan. Should be using a push stick. Dock it roughly to size. Cutting the Paduke strips. Look at the colour of that Paduke. And the centre maple strip. And now the two wings. I've cut the top, ready for glue up. As you see there, it's got the two Paduke centre strips and the two outer wings. The only thing that you have to cut exactly is the centre strip of maple in between the two Paduke strips. The outer wings can be oversized. So the top is oversized in the length and oversized in the width. Ready to cut down for the final after it's all glued up. Putting them together, gluing them together, just putting some masking tape on my cramps so the glue doesn't get onto the cramps there, and gluing the Paduke strips up. Rubbing them in. Now cramp it up then. These are Bessie cramps. They're supposed to be real good, but I prefer the old ones myself. The old sash cramps, but this just because I'm old fashioned. Get it together then. And through the thicknesser it goes. Put a bit of soap on the table with the thicknesser. Smooth it all out. There you go, the occam. Now to dock it roughly to size. And cutting the miters now on the miter saw. I could have done it on the table saw, but miter saw is just as good. Cuts well. Setting up the stop now. Put a bit of timber in a clamp. I'm very old fashioned like that. There's no fancy stops in my shed. and cutting it to size. All done. There you go guys, I cut the miters on the drop saw. You don't have to use a table saw all the time for your fine work. If you've got a good miter saw, that can do the job just as well. Look at that, come up perfect. But before I mitered them, I forgot to put the groove in for the bottom. I normally do that before I miter, but you can do them after you miter, it doesn't really matter. And I'll be using 3mm Luan ply. I'll be using this ply for the bottom. There's only a small bottom. 3mm is fine. Okay, just putting the groove in now on the table saw. I think I had to pass it over about twice, I think, just to get the 3mm. Just shift it a little bit then. There you go. Check it all. It's time to cut and fit your bottom. Remember, it's got to fit into the groove. But if you make it too small, it'll fall out. If you make it too long, it'll stop the miter from closing up. So just take your time. Okay, just using the masking tape method now to put it together. Taping up all the miter joints now so I can fold them up. And make sure you got the bottom groove facing the right way. But I've fallen for that trick so many times. Now flip it over. And we're going to glue up all the joints now. You don't need that much glue, just enough to cover things. There you go, put a bottom in it, oops. Put the bottom in it, just fold it up. And tape up the last joint. And put a box clamp on it, and let it dry. Make sure the box clamp's in the centre, so it's even pressure. Things are going great. We've got the box all in the box clamps, that's all finished. Waiting for that to dry. We've got the lid in the Bessie clamps, that's almost dry. And now we're going to concentrate on the tray that goes inside the box after it's finished. Which I'm going to make out of redwood. There. I make them about 9mm thick by about 35mm high. You don't want them too high, but then you can't get your fingers in to pick up your rings in the bottom. About 35-40mm high. Cutting the redwood now, just squaring up an edge. The very old redwood that I got from an old house, it used to be skirting boards, as you see. Very soft though, very soft. That's one. You see how it polishes up really nice. Be careful of the nail, sometimes there's a nail left in it. In second-hand timber. There you go, just ripping it down to size. And through the thick through it goes. It was 3/4 of an inch and I planed it down to about 10mm. About 7/16. I just finished putting the tray together with the headless pin gun. Of course I forgot to press record, so I'll have to show it to you next time. But it worked well. When you make the trays, make them a little bit loose, so they can come in and out easy. Just a little bit, about a mil and a half each way, so just slide in easy. That's all it is. Hey, one of the last things we have to do is to cut the false bottom that holds the the material for the tray to sit on. So cut a bit of 3 ply, oversize, because we have to recut it after it's all glued up. Okay, now we're just going to glue it up. I just use normal type 1-3. Spread your glue out. Okay, just lay your material over the top. Press it down with your hand. And if you've got a bit of weight, you can put a bit of weight on it. But if you haven't, don't worry about it. It'll stick. And just let it sit there and dry. Okay guys, here we are, another day. The box is all dry. We'll take it out of the cramp now. I haven't planed it up yet, but it's just coming up well too. I make the lid oversized a lot, but when you're plane things down and cut things, you've got to give yourself room to move. You've got to give yourself room to move. The tray's finished, bottom, and the plywood bottom's all glued up and all finished too. So we're ready to roll today. The thing we have to do now is to put splines in the box. So that's one of the first things that I'm going to show you. If you're going to make boxes, you need a spline jig. And this is mine. Just a simple plywood and fine spline jig that fits over my fence and can slide so I can set the fence wherever I want it. There are hundreds of them on the internet. Just pick one, make one. They're easy to make. It's just a box, a right angle where your box fits in there, and spline it, turn it, so it's fairly easy. Alright, just cutting the splines now. Put 2 splines in each corner. And gluing the splines in. I use Badook for the splines, as you see. Nice contrast colour. There you go then, all done. And just buzzing up the top now to make it flat. And through the thickness there it goes. Put it through there a couple of times. Okay, it's time to cut the lid down. We're going to make the lid 1/8 of an inch over all the way around. So I find a centre point, but you've got to keep the 2 Badook strips in the centre of the box. So you don't want them over to one side. You've got to put them in the centre. So you've got to find the centre of the top and the centre of the box and line them up. Then just put a mark. Just eye up the end of the box, each box. But remember, you've got to go out another 1/8 of an inch after that. So there the end of the boxes. I've got to go 1/8 of an inch each way after that, approximately. About there. And about there. So, the outside mark is what I've got to take off. And you've also got to do the same to the length. Alright, just putting the little rebate on the back so the top just sits in there snugly. Just crept up on it. Adjust the miter cutter in the router. The top's all routed, finished and rebated. Just need a good sand and the splines are drying, and I'm just going to make it a good looking handle for it now, and it'll come up great. It's coming up good anyway, isn't it? Making a little handle for it, a couple of little bits of padook, and just cutting them on the sled, but they're very small. You'll be very careful. And sanding a 45 on the side of them. Don't try to cut them, they're too small. This is the wench handle. Look at that, a nice 3-piece handle. I'll sand the lid up first, and then I'll glue the handle on. And the lid will be finished. We're almost there. Look at that, come out great, didn't it? Just finding the place to put the handle with the square. Make sure it's square to the box. And a bit of glue, and just let it sit there. And now I'm just gluing in the wench top, the top of the handle. Again, just put it on there and let it sit, and it'll be fine. Well, we're done. Don't try to rush these things. Just take it a bit at a time and let it dry. And now I'm just cutting the splines with my Japanese pull saw. Our box is just about finished. Come out great, look at it. Top, the handle, the interior. The only thing that we have to do is ready for sanding and polishing. The only thing we have to do after it's polished is to cut the internal bottom to fit it in the box. We can't do it before it's polished because we'll get polish all over the material. So that's why we put it on a 3mm back, so we can cut it afterwards and just glue it in after it's all polished and finished. Okay, and the bottom just gets glued in there with a bit of silicone. Okay, just putting in a few bits of silicone now to glue the bottom in. Okay. After the box has been polished up. And there it goes. Easy as, guys, easy as. And there's the tray. And there's the top. Look at that, all done. All done, all finished. What a great looking box. Very nice. The drop in the lid box, totally finished. Come up great, didn't it? The nice wench handle and the 2 Badook strips down the side. A blue interior with a redwood tray and a red oak carcass. Come up really good, didn't it? Really good. Please subscribe and ring the bell. I'm on your new channel trying to get some subscribers. Thank you. See you next time.